Here, dude. It's the Pete Souza Show. We are live in our North Texas location today. Want to give you a quick kickoff to the show. We are presented, of course, by Slovacics. I have a new microphone here, so hopefully it's working well. I'm excited about it. And yeah, this is when I take it too loud, it goes up to yellow, green. Okay. Either way, I think I got something going here. We are going to get going because I got like 10 minutes here this morning, maybe 15, before we get into our bets, all-in bets with Corey Dickman. I planned on doing a longer segment, but I had to move my flight up. I'm going home to Philadelphia. My mom is going through some stuff. We've all been there. So where they say, like, prayer warriors come out. But no, for real, everybody. She's doing okay, but she took a little fall. We're going to get home. You know, she's got a good cut, man. So we'll get her back together. I will tell you, to start things off today, of course, we're presented by Slovacics. We'll be there for a live show next week. Man, the sporting news and the sporting news was like, it was paramount. It was like the rock of sports journalism and Sports Illustrated. This is back when I was younger. That's all you would read. And if you read Sports Illustrated, it was a little more featurey and I don't even want to say flowery, maybe a little more insight personally. And the Sporting News, I thought, did a great job of kind of telling you what was to come. Great job with analytics, X's and O's, numbers. But now we're like, I open up my phone today and I see Sporting News. So initially, this is how, by the way, like older people, like not like me, but maybe like older people that are older than me or maybe my age, but I'm not old because I'm unique, right? Yeah, right. But so the Sporting News has a report. Lakers predicted to cut ties with LeBron James in favor of Bucks $112 million star. Like, dude, that's a big whoa. Sporting News says the Lakers are predicted to cut ties with LeBron James. Like, whoa, okay. Let me see here. And then you go into the article and it says that they should trade LeBron for Dame. And here it goes. Here's the quote, right? Because we all aggregate today. This is the Sporting News is aggregating this morning. And the Sporting News says, here's the quote they use. Here is the blockbuster that could shake the NBA to its core. Fadeaway World's Eddie Bitrar wrote on Thursday. No knock on Eddie Bitrar. He's probably never heard of me. I've never heard of Eddie Bitrar, and I've never considered him to be like a Peter Vesey in the 1990s or an Adrian Wojnarowski or Shams Charania present day. Like, who is this dude? So now, I mean, this is like, it just keeps getting worse, right? I know everybody's got a story like this. But today, this was mine because also, too, I'm interested in what's going on with LeBron because he's missed. He took a leave of absence because of personal stuff, and you hate that. You just hate that because I love LeBron, and I always want to see him playing and doing well and being happy. He's just been a big part of entertainment in my life and stuff. He's been so fun to follow. I'm hearing stuff. This is something to share. Because of like circles I'm in, lucky enough to be in with work and stuff. So I've been asking people about Bronny and how he's doing in the D League or G League. And he's not doing very well. From what I've heard, he's certainly not the best player on the floor in the NBA, obviously. He wasn't the best player on the floor at USC, and he's not the best player on the floor in the G League, which, okay, I get that. But the issue now is he's not playing. And what I mean by that is like, this is a young player who needs as much repetition and work as he can get. And he doesn't want to play road games for the Lakers G League team. And so what does that sacrifice? It sacrifices reps. And he needs a lot of work. Like I'm hearing from people like that have seen him play in the G League, guys around NBA front offices, like that are like, he's not very good. and this probably will not end well. I hope it does. I think it's a really cool story. I've gone on record here several times saying that I love that LeBron has the juice to do this. I never thought we would see that from him. And it's just hard to imagine because I remember when he was like 16, 17 years old. And now he is basically pulling strings around the NBA that I only remember someone like David Stern or, now Adam Silver being able to pull. So props to LeBron for getting this done, but maybe an oversight could have been like, "Hush, how's this going to affect my kid's mental health?" But we'll find out. People go through worse stuff, and I'm sure LeBron knows that, and I'm sure he's a good dad. But yeah, so the sporting news. God, you're not the old sporting news, and I should know that. Shame on me. And LeBron James, he's not getting traded, regardless of what these headlines say. But his son would like to see him get more reps. Last night, I watched something, and I have to share about it with you because if I didn't, I would be remiss. I watched the Jamie Foxx special on HBO, or not on HBO, on Netflix. Whoa. Okay. One of the most talented individuals like that we have gotten a chance to witness in my lifetime. There's no question. From In Living Color to Any Given Sunday to, Bait was a movie with Jamie Foxx in 2000 that I liked. Let's see. What else? There's another movie I saw recently, The Great White Hype, that Jamie Foxx is in. Every role that he was in, he played perfectly, it seemed like. And, of course, won an Oscar with Ray, and then just on to like a major big budget Hollywood career. But like comedian, singer, his impressions are out of this world. His near-death experience in Atlanta, and trust me, if you watch this special, it will become very clear to you that this all happened in Atlanta because his special is from Atlanta. So the special, let's get back to it. It hits you over the head out of the gate. You almost get goosebumps. But it is a wild ride, and it's tough to keep up with Jamie Foxx in this ride. It is super emotional. There's tears, there's laughs, there's jeers, there's jokes about Puff. It's a one-man show, and it's almost like going to see a preacher or somebody testify. There's a lot of God stuff, which I'm cool with. But, some people might get like a little like, whoa. There's a lot of praise. And there is some humor. But I'm going to say this. And look, man, like Jamie Foxx, as much as he's a comedian, you want to talk about somebody that takes themselves pretty serious. That's all I'll say. There is a melodramatic undertone. And then just a dramatic tone. A lot of this stuff where I watched it and I thought, oh man, like honestly, I turned it off. It got so kind of weird and awkward. But it's great to see that he's back out there. Apparently, and I can share he had a brain bleed and a stroke. And he was really, really in bad shape. We're lucky to have him in our lives still. So if you check out that, I would even say give the special, just give yourself a taste. Okay. And it's almost like sitting down for chocolate cake. Like you can only have so much. It's just that rich. So check it out, see for yourself. I'd be interested to see what people thought of it. My brother, Michael like demanded me to watch it. And honestly, I watched it and I don't know how he got through the whole thing. There just comes a point where it's like, okay, enough already. But it's certainly interesting. And the beginning is awesome. And he does great. He does an impression of Cat Williams that had me laughing out loud. So it's pretty good. 49ers lost last night. And there was a situation where an NFL player sealed his own fate last night. And here's why I say that. Let me get this report up here. So their 49ers are Devondre Campbell is one of their linebackers, and he's been playing all year. The guy ahead of him got hurt in the Super Bowl last year. So that guy comes back, right? I think it's Dre Greenlaw. So Dre Greenlaw comes back. No. Dre Greenlaw is out. And who came back? Demetrius Flanagan Flowers, right? So he's in the game, and Campbell is asked to go into the game because the player who was hurt, whose name I screwed up, in the Super Bowl is now back in action. So now our boy Campbell's not playing. So Campbell is on the sidelines, and obviously he's pretty upset. More injuries hit the 49ers, as that has been the theme all year long. They put Campbell in the game, and he punts or punts. He won't go in. He would not go in the game, and then he walks into the locker room at halftime, or I'm sorry, at the end of the third quarter, and like quits on the team. The only thing I can tell you is, like, from an experience standpoint, like these are the moves that will get you waived, and then ultimately can end your career. Like, this is a 6-year guy from Minnesota. It was an everyday starter so far this year. Started 12 or 13 games. The one game he didn't start is when the 49ers only used 2 linebackers. But like, these are moves where he's got one chance now, in my opinion and in my experience. You got to own it, right? Like, he's got to get in front of it with his agent or whoever and say, I screwed up. I never should have left the game. That's not who I am. That will minimize damage. That will still get you waived in San Francisco, but you can get a job somewhere else. This is like a critical moment for this dude. If he says, no, I expected to stay in the game, what happened to me was terrible, like, that's on him. Like, he's got an issue that he's got to figure out. And it may not be in the NFL in which he figures it out. It's that precious, you know. Nick Saban has talked about seasons and just how delicate they are, right? Like, one play either way can completely transform a season. With this situation, just how delicate you need to be with your career is huge. A lot going on today in sports, but betting is coming up next with the great Corey Dickman. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe. Slovacics, Daniel Stark injury lawyers. I got to hit the road. Mike Hamilton rules. So does Scotty Swingler and Zach Burke and everybody back there.